Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to this video titled Solutions of Simple Inequalities, and I want you to turn your math book to page 83, get out your math journal and a pencil. Now we can see, first of all, the two goals for today is to use substitution to determine whether a given number is a solution of an inequality. And when we talk about an inequality, that's just the expression or comparison of expression or values that are not equal to each other. So you're going to see the greater than and less than symbol there. All right, and then we're also going to represent the solution of an inequality on a number line. So those are our two goals for this lesson. Now let's take a look at the beginning part. We're going to determine solutions of inequalities in the form of x is greater than a number and x is less than a number. So we're going to take a look at the problem on page 83. It says a bag of tomatoes weighs more than 5 pounds. Find the possible weights of the bag of tomatoes, then represent the possible weights on a number line. It says let x represent the possible weights in pounds of the tomatoes. Okay, so it's important to understand that a bag of tomatoes is going to weigh more than 5 pounds. It's not at least 5 pounds or more, but it's more than 5 pounds. So because of that, the inequality has to be x is greater than 5. Okay, so for examples, examples of this, when x equals 5.1, that would be true. When x equals 5.2, x greater than 5 would be true. When x equals 5.3, x greater than 5 is true as well. Now we can keep on going. Basically, any number that would be greater than 5 would make this inequality true. We don't know what it is. We just know it weighs more than 5 pounds, so x could even equal 100. Therefore, x greater than 5 is true. So again, the inequality x greater than 5 is true of any value of x that is greater than 5. Why is that? Because we know that the bag of tomatoes weighs more than 5 pounds. That's the key phrase in this sentence. Therefore, it's x is greater than 5 for the inequality. Okay, so what does this look like on a number line for x is greater than 5? What we can do is we have our x here, and that's going to be greater than 5. And now to represent this inequality on a number line, so since this does not have a line underneath it, what you need to do is go right to the 5 and put an open circle there. And then you'll fill all the rest of the number line all the way going down, representing the x. We don't know what x is. All we do know is that x is going to be greater than 5. So this is how you would represent this inequality on a number line. Now I know in the book it has the line right above the number line, but that's just to show you where it goes. It needs to be right on the number line as you're completing these types of problems. So let's turn over to page 86. We're going to do a couple of these together. So what it has for number 1, it says h is greater than 8. So what that means is we need to represent this on a number line showing that whatever h is, we don't know, it has to be greater than 8. So what we want to do first of all is draw a number line right in our book. All right, now, so since it's just saying that h is greater than 8, not equal to or greater than, and there's not a line underneath this, what we do is we go to the 8 and we have an open circle. You have an open circle when there's not a line underneath there. You have a closed circle when a line is underneath there. We'll take a look at that in just a little bit. And then from here, you want to fill in your number line all the way going to the right. So what that represents, this represents h. We don't know what h is. All we do know is that h is greater than 8. So that's how you would represent that on a number line. Now the next inequality we're looking at is y is less than 10. So since it's less than 10, what we need to do first of all, we're going to keep an open circle. And we keep that open circle because there's not a line underneath that saying that's either equal to or less than 10. It's just less than 10. So we have our 10 there. And then we shade everything, we color everything into the number line to the left, moving to the left, representing whatever y would be. We don't know what y is. All we do know is that y is going to be less than 10. So this is how you would represent this inequality on a number line of y is less than 10. So now we're going to take a look at the next part of the lesson on page 87. It says determine solutions of inequalities of the forms of x is greater than or equal to a number and x is less than or equal to another number. So a couple different scenario for this, and the fact that it's either equal to or less than or greater than. So for number one, it says Lily needs at least 7 foot of ribbon for her craft project. So that means she could have 7 feet of ribbon or more. It says find the possible lengths of ribbon that would be enough to complete the project. Then represent the possible lengths on a number line. So the inequality that would represent this would be P is either greater than or equal to 7. Okay, so whenever we see that line underneath the greater than or less than sign, that means equal to. All right, so to find the possible lengths of the ribbon, you need to find the values of P that make P is greater than or equal to 7 true. So it says when P equals 7, this would be true. That because it's still equal to or greater than. P equals 7.4 would represent that as being true. P equals 7 4/9 would be true. When P equals 8, this would also be true. So any number that would either be equal to 7 or greater than 7 would make this statement true. Now, in order to show this on a number line, again, this needs to be right on the number line. The book just shows you what it looks like above it. You can see that circle is filled in. Why is that circle filled in? Because it represents the equal to or greater than, same way equal to or less than. Whenever you see that line underneath that greater than or less than symbol, that means you need to fill the circle in when you're showing this on a number line. So let's take a look at a couple of these together. So now let's see what we have for number one is Q is either equal to or greater than 3. So what we're going to do first of all is draw a number line. And now since we have that equal to or greater than symbol, in other words, there's a line right underneath my greater than symbol, what I do is I go to my 3, I put a circle there, and I fill that circle in. Just remember, line underneath, circle filled in, no line underneath, keep a circle open. All right, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to still fill it in to the right, just like I normally would, because it's showing that it's either, Q is either going to be equal to or greater than 3. So same idea, the only difference is you see that line, and you fill that circle in when you see the line. Now let's take a look at one more, number 2. It says D is either less than or equal to 12. So again, we see that line underneath the less than symbol. That means we're going to circle the 12 still. How do I know what number to circle? Because it's the number that it's being compared to. Circle the 12, circle the 3, right, for this one. I color that in because I see the line for my less than symbol. Sorry, my inequality has a line underneath it. Inequality symbol, the less than symbol has a line underneath it. And I circle that, color that circle in there. And then I'm going to show what it represents on a number line. So you can see that this represents D, whatever the variable is either equal to or less than 12. So 11.8 would make the statement true. 10 would make the statement true. Negative 55 would make the statement true. 12 would also make the statement true because it's either less than or equal to 12. So this concludes the video on solutions of simple inequalities. If you have any questions about this concept, please come and see me.